Let's take a look at what's happening in the business world now. The north-central state of Kogi in Nigeria has finally dragged the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission to court over unsubstantiated allegations that it faked 19.3 billion naira bailout funds received from the Nigeria's federal government. Now, this is just as Justice J.J. Majabi of the Kogi State High Court also granted an interim injunction restraining the EFCC from issuing further official or unofficial publications over the issue involving account details purportedly belonging to Kogi State government. Now, the Kogi State government, Accountant General of the state, Momo Jibrin, and the Commissioner for Finance, Budget and Economic Planning, Mukadam Asiru, were claimants in the suit, while the EFCC, a New Generation Bank, and Central Bank of Nigeria were listed as defendants. Still talking business, stocks bounced back on the Nigerian exchange at the close of trading last week as the benchmark index ticked up by 0.47%. Now, this rode on the back of huge investors' demand for financial services stocks, but the gain was too little to erase the loss the market recorded at the previous session. The market breadth, which measures investors' sentiment towards trade, was positive as 24 gainers emerged compared to 12 laggards. The all-share index rose 197.75 basis points to 41,882.97, while market capitalization closed higher at 21.86 trillion naira. Now, joining me on News Central to further discuss this is Aziz Lawal, the Managing Director, Trust Bank Capital Management Limited. Thank you for joining us, Aziz. It's always a pleasure having you.
Yeah, good morning. Thank you for having me.
All right, good morning. Okay, now let's talk about the market's bullish closing last week. What would you say were the factors that led to this?
Yeah, the bullish close we saw on Friday was basically to slow down the bearish run we've seen in the last 2 weeks. Though generally the market closed for the week, like you rightly noted, on a bearish note, but then the main sign last week is the fact that we have seen the bulls now emerge to kind of slow down the bears. That we are likely to see the same trend this week where, because last week out of 5 trading days, even though the market was bearish for the week, out of 5 trading days, we saw 3 trading days where the market closed in green. We are likely to see the same trend this week, especially as investors begin to renew their interest for lowly priced banking stocks, like we already saw last week that GTB and Zenith Bank are beginning to make a rebound. Last 2 weeks we recommended GTB, that 24 naira. It's a good buy. At the current price of around 25 to 26, it's still a good buy. Yeah, thank you.
All right. Now, would you also say that there are any other major developments that was recorded during the trading?
Yeah, the largest retail offering in 15 years in the equity market is still on, which is the MTN public offer that's currently selling for 169 naira. It is still on, and that's the major development still ongoing in the market. Outside that, there were no major new developments in the market last week. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, how about the fixed income market? Would you say there is any development on that?
Yeah, we saw the Treasury bills issuance program of the government on last week. I think on Tuesday the calendar was released, and so typically the government comes out with a plan, usually maybe a quarterly upfront plan as to what they want to do in the Treasury bills markets, and then what they are going to raise and maturing bills as well. So we saw that calendar last week. That was the only major development in the fixed income market. Outside that, the market was largely quiet. So typically a Treasury bill issuance calendar kind of gives a summary of what the government is willing to do in terms of maturing bills and new issues of short-term debt. So it's kind of what dictates what will happen in the markets going forward. So that was also in the Treasury bills market last week. Yeah. Outside that, the market was largely quiet. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much, Aziz Lawal. It's always a pleasure having you.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. That was Aziz Lawal joining us to discuss the Nigerian exchange review. And that's all at this hour. Do follow us on social media. We are at News Central TV. You can download our mobile app on App Store and Play Store. You can also watch News Central live on Star Times, Channel 274, Vision 247, Avo TV, Free TV, and YouTube. Many thanks for watching. I am Blessings Musugu.